Jesus had just been baptized. A dove comes down and says, "This is my son whom I'm well pleased." And he's filled with the Holy Spirit, and he is led, filled with the Holy Spirit. And you would think after all of that Jesus would be exempted from temptation. You would think he'd be excluded from it. You would think temptation could not even visit his area code because he'd been baptized. The Father said, "This is my son whom I'm well pleased." And you would think he's off limits. But no. Satan hounds him for 40 days and comes at him and comes at him and comes at him. I don't care how long you've gone to church. I don't care how much you put in the offering. I don't care how many mission fields you've visited. I don't care how many songs you know. I don't care how many scriptures you've had memorized. I don't care if you've been a lifelong believer or you've just come to Christ and you're now on the mountaintop experience. You will not be exempt or immune from temptation. As a matter of fact, put it down. If you sense right now that you're on the spiritual mountaintop, that God has done great things in your life and the waters have been separated and it is wow, then mark it down. You will get a visit from the enemy of God. And what I find ironic is the very last temptation in the wilderness is, it says the devil takes him to the highest temple, the highest place of the temple, and says, "Throw yourself down off there, because if you're the Son of God, he will catch you." And yet here we see him up on the cross at a very high point overlooking Jerusalem. And it's not necessarily Satan saying it now, but it's the soldiers, it's the thief, it's the passerbys who are all mocking him, saying, "Look at him. If you are the Son of God, then why don't you come down from there? Why don't you rescue yourself? Why don't you just jump off of there? If you're truly the Son of God, if you're truly the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, then all the angels of heaven right now could come and unleash whatever it takes to get you off of there. So if you're the Son of God, get down. Come down." And praise be to God that Jesus said yet again, "No, it is not what I was meant to do. This is not where I was meant to go. I was not meant to get down. I was meant to die here so that you and I today, all these years later, could live." He kicked Satan's tail when he came out of that tomb 3 days later. And because he did that, then because he was victorious, we can be victorious. We can be victorious.